Have you ever thought about what other kids around the country or world are doing at certain times, or how their lives compare to yours?
No.
Well, today we will be working in groups and looking at a story about kids around the world. Each group will be assigned one of the characters from the story, and as you read, pay attention to where that character lives, what is happening in their lives, what they're eating, any important information that you think would help you remember them. You will only be reading the parts about your character. You don't need to read the parts about other characters. And then using that information you gather from the story, you and your group will create a diorama of the character and their country and present it to the rest of the class. So, and this is an example of the diorama, what it could look like, a little picture of it. Remember, as you read the story, take notes of any pieces you think would be important to include in your diorama. You'll also be creating a slideshow using the other information that you don't put in your diorama. So we will start the story.
One Day in the Lives of 7 Kids from Around the World by Matt Lamothe. So let's open up the book and see. Oh, I see a map. This is a map of the whole world. And let's count how many people we see on our map. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 7 children. And then this person over here is the author Matt, and he's from Chicago in the United States. The rest of the children are from other countries. This is How We Do It by Matt Lamothe. So let's learn who these friends are. This is me. Going over to Italy, my name is Romeo. I'm called Mio. I'm 8 years old. Moving to Japan, my name is Kei. I'm called Kei-chan. I'm 9 years old. Heading down to Uganda, my name is Daphine, and I'm called Abuli. I'm 7 years old. Moving up to Russia, my name is Oleg, and I'm called Olegshka. I'm 8 years old. Moving up to...
So if my character was Romeo, in my notes I would put that he lives in Italy and his name is Romeo. I could probably leave out that they call him Mio. That's not very important information. And then just remember that you only need to read about your character. So each group will be assigned a specific character, and you don't need to read about the other characters in the story. As you write your notes to prepare your diorama and presentation, keep in mind that the rest of your class, the other groups will not have read the information about your character. So you want to include all the information that you think is important for the other students to know about your character. So you'll be put into groups, and you can take turns reading the story, read it to yourselves and then talk about it after. You can compare your notes, and then each student will write or will type on their own slide the information that the group came up with that was important information. And then one of you in the group will create your diorama. So each student will have their own slide, and then one of you will have the diorama. After all the groups are done creating your presentation and diorama, you'll be presenting your information to the rest of the class. Both the presentation and the diorama together. After listening to the characters from the other countries, does anybody have any questions or anything they found interesting about the other characters?
Sweeping the courtyard.
Yep, that the one from Uganda sweeps the courtyard.
Yes.
Yep. So now we will get into small groups again. Different. We'll have one person from each first group in a new group together, and just talk about some things that you found interesting or anything you have questions about. And you'll open a shared document on your computers to go over these questions and interesting facts. And if there's any questions that you still don't know, you can search them online, finding out what more about that country, anything that you want to know about that country. And then we will get together as a class after and discuss anything new that anybody has found.